Hello, everybody. You've tuned into the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance, Cops for Kids, subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance. Thank you for being here. Tom Trial, put us on YouTube each and every week. Dean, do you see Tom?
I do see Tom.
Tom. He's looking pretty dapper today.
Tom looks very good. Tom's always got that kind of...
He looks marvelous.
Always looks good.
Yeah,
dresses to the nines.
GQ, isn't he?
Very GQ.
Just shy of Roosevelt Williams' dress.
Just shy.
I like standing next to him.
Because he makes us look good, doesn't
I'm
he?
hoping some of that.
He's like the guy you want to take the party because he's looking sharp.
Absolutely. This is the wingman you always want to have with you at the party.
Well, Sergeant Roosevelt Williams, Sergeant Dean Willdyer from the recruiting side of Indiana State Police, thank you for being here today, guys.
Thank you for the invite.
Appreciate you coming in. And when we have recruiting you, that's great because that means we're going to be getting some more help on Indiana State Police.
Some new young blood on the department's always good.
It is. And let's talk a little bit about our young blood that's in the academy right now. We've got what academy is this? Which number, Dean?
78th.
78th Recruit Academy. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I got that one right. I'm 1 for 1.
We're 1 for 1. Let's keep track at home for Dean.
All right.
78th Recruit Academy. Where are we at? What week we in, guys?
Well, we about almost at the tail end, so there's about 6 weeks left in the academy.
They graduate December the 15th.
They're counting down. I know we talked earlier. Shanna Kennedy was in here, Trooper Shanna Kennedy, and she's talking about Evo. So they're kind of doing the fun things. Remember Evo when you did that?
Right. So yeah. In a breakout session now with Evo, they're shooting, they're fighting, mechanics of arrest, which is a traffic stop, situational awareness. So this is the fun part of the academy.
The Evo's the EVOC, the evasive driving. Shanna does a very good job.
She does a great job with that. She always has. Been doing it for 25 years. So.
She's old, yeah. She's been doing it a long time. So.
Hello? Check, check, check. Did you say she's old?
No, I meant older than the youngsters that are in there.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, Dean Willdyer is his name, Shanna. So you can get a hold of him. But, yeah, we were talking. She started out with the old box Chevys. Is that what you started with, Dean?
She had the double bubble, I think, and I was right there after. I don't think I'm as old as she
I had a double bubble, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And did you have a double bubble?
Yeah, I started off with a Crown Vic.
Did you?
An 08 Crown Vic.
Huh? 08.
08. 08. We'll just skip this part.
Just skip that part and go on. Keep moving on. You know, they weren't having too much fun the other day, though, because they were doing taser.
Ooh.
Everybody kind of gets it.
You know what I always get from the public and when they talk about the taser, though, is, okay, I understand. I don't understand.
Okay.
You get a taser, you have to be tased.
Right.
We give you a gun.
Yeah.
You have to be shot. And I just, how do you argue that?
It's a little different. I don't know. I don't know what that is, where that's coming from.
It's different. It's use of force and then being able to explain the different levels of force.
There you go, because it's not deadly force.
Right.
And mace, not deadly force. You got to use that.
Right. That will be my new defense when someone asks me that question.
There you go. Just got to reach out to Roosevelt. He's got the answers.
Got all the answers, and they're the correct answers.
So we got 6 weeks left. Have they got their assignments?
They did. They got the assignment last Friday. So.
Okay. So we know the numbers of where they're going.
Right.
They got to kind of go out and look for places to live and stay.
Because there's a few people that still live out of state, so they start finding homes in their new districts.
And did I ask how many we have in the academy right now?
56.
56 left. Good. Good deal. Well, I'm glad to hear that they're down that. But even better news, we're going to have one right after this, right?
Getting ready to hire for the 79th Recruit Academy.
Okay.
So we open in applications on November the 17th?
November the 13th.
And that's what I was thinking, November the 13th. The 17th,
and it just came out 17th in a row.
November 13th, we'll be looking to start hiring for those next recruit class.
So we say we're taking applications. How does that work out? How does a guy, gal from in-state, out-of-state, I want to be an Indiana State Trooper. What do they got to do, guys?
Everything is online now. You can go to the Indiana State Police website, go under My Careers, and under Trooper, everything is there. And what I'll tell you is check, if you are interested in becoming an Indiana State Trooper, please check your junk email. For some reason, the last academy and now we've had some problems with, we're sending information back, and when they say they don't get it, we tell them to check their junk box.
Okay, spam box or something.
Yeah, and it's actually they'll find the information we've been sending them, and it's a lot of it is in there until they can get that, so it accepts our emails back to them. So,
yeah, because they're computers.
But everything's online.
Right. So we'll start. We'll start accepting application November 13th, and it'll stay open approximately 90 days to about February 10th.
Now, if somebody in the past has went on there, and I know there's a spot you can go in there and enter your email, so you'll receive the information. If they've done that previously, will they receive something from you that says, hey, we're accepting applications now for this class?
Right. If they did it after January of this year, we clear it out every year. So if they did it after January this year, they will receive a notification with our pre-app. And there's still time for you to fill out a pre-application as well.
And again, go to your spam and look and see if you haven't received anything yet.
Right. So spam folders, and we encourage you to check it on the actual laptop or desktop computer, not your cell phone too, because sometimes it don't go to the spam folders on your cell phone.
And a lot of questions I get a lot of times is, hey, my computer's not working. I don't have internet at home. And I tell people, this is correct, the library, go to the library, find someplace there with internet, and they'll be able to work it out
library.
there.
Go to the high school you graduated from. A career counselor would love to get you on a computer and help you apply for the state police.
Yeah.
So, and don't just, when you do the application, also it's very important to follow us. Roosevelt does an incredible job with the social media.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
On Twitter, Facebook,
Instagram,
and that's going to be a good place to find out what's happening.
Keep updating. Hey guys,
be the latest information at your fingertips.
So they apply. The 13th when you're going to start. How long is that going to stay open?
About 90 days. So February 10th is the date that we'll close the application. Should be a Sunday.
Okay. So what's the initial? It's online? Is it pretty short and sweet?
It's fairly simple to complete. So we'll ask for all your basic information. It'll be some criminal and traffic information as far as crashes. And then we'll encourage you to start gathering your required documents, which is your birth certificate, high school transcript. If you're in the military, your DD 2 to 14. So those documents you can start gathering at that time. But most importantly on that application is our timeline, so people can start planning accordingly for testing dates. That will be embedded in the application itself, but also on our website is that application timeline.
So that timeline's already on there. We're going to be doing this, then, this, then, this, then.
And we've really streamlined it from years ago when Shannon Kennedy applied, many moons ago. But
when the Pony
back
Express
then
brought your stuff.
Yes, and it was, I think, pen and paper back then.
Yeah.
But it took several months from the time you took the written test to the time you received notification that, hey, you've been accepted to the State Police Academy. Our major in our HR department has condensed that down to about, 90 days?
About 90 days, and we actually did something different this go around too, as far as adding more days for the written exam and the physical exam too. So we added a few more days to try to accommodate those that works on weekends.
So what are the minimum requirements? What are the basic stuff? I've got to have this before I even apply.
21 years of age, be a U.S. citizen.
You have to be 21 when you apply?
No, to apply 20. To graduate the Indiana law, you must be 21 to be a law enforcement officer. So when you graduate, which a couple academies ago, we did have a young man that graduated, I believe, on his birthday, 21st birthday. So
they would just need to be 21 by December 19th of 2019.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
what else?
You're fine. A U.S. citizen.
Okay.
A high school diploma or GED, and corrected vision of, is it 2050?
2050.
Okay.
And most importantly, you must be willing to reside anywhere in the state. And that's a question that we always field. Can I go back home? It's not a guarantee. The superintendent does a great job of trying to get folks back to their number one choice, but it's not a guarantee. So that's the criteria that we're going to stress to going through this next process.
Yeah, and the superintendent's got to look at where his manpower is needed.
Right.
And
but no worries. After your first year, you can apply for a voluntary transfer.
Right.
And most time people get it.
One of the questions I get, being PIO and stuff, is what do you guys make? Is that available to find online also, as far as the pay scale and how that works?
Right. Our pay matrix is online. So as a recruit trainee, you receive $42,000, which is roughly about $1,600 every 2 weeks. And once they graduate in December, their pay goes to $48,000. And once they get a year on, it's $52,000. So within a year and a half, you get a $10,000 pay increase, which I'm sure is a lot better pay than when Dean went through 30 years ago.
But I still, once again, made more than Shannon Kennedy did when she came through.
Right.
Dean, a lot of people don't know this, but Dean actually paid the state police to be on there.
Right.
Yeah,
there was a name mix-up when I got hired. I'm fairly confident.
Right. But Governor Holcomb gave us, and the legislature gave us a great pay raise, so the pay will start off in the academy at $42,000.
And there's a guaranteed raise every year for...
Every year on your anniversary, you get a pay increase.
Yeah. and the matrix is available online to be seen up there. So where are you guys reaching out to find these people? Have you had a lot of response, and is it looking good?
Yeah, we're everywhere. When I say everywhere, we're truly everywhere. We're in high school, so we want to start out recruiting at a younger age. We want to talk to them when they're younger about tattoo placement, talk about making good decisions, stay away from the drugs, drinking and driving, stay away from the party drugs that we're seeing a lot of kids taking nowadays, the Adderall and the, because, they start experimenting with that. Next thing you know,
Right.
These kids, I'm sure they weren't in high school thinking, I want to be hooked on heroin, when I'm 25. But it does happen. So we're talking to them at a younger age. We're going out to military institutions, and we're talking to the military guys that maybe are in the National Guard or getting ready. They've done their 8 years in the military, and they're ready to get out. We've hooked up with a lot of colleges. We're talking to the athletes at the colleges. Our academy is very physically demanding, in addition to mentally and emotionally demanding. And if you come to the academy and you're in great shape, that's why we kind of look at a lot of athletes. You've taken kind of 1/3 or half of that stress from the academy, taking it off the table. We're looking for people that want to challenge themselves. So I think the military is a good fit for us, and the challenge also for a lot of college athletes. And you don't have to have college. That's one of the kind of neat things about our department right now. We do encourage education once you get on. We'd love to see everybody go back, and we've hooked up with Indiana Tech.
Yeah.
And that's incredible.
That is incredible.
The amount of college credits you get when you graduate our
Absolutely.
academy. So we're looking kind of everywhere. And we're looking for the guy that's been hauling, working on his family farm for years. We're looking for good people that want to have an incredible, rewarding career.
You brought up something very interesting, Dean, and this has been the topic, I know, of many police departments. Number one, social media, how to discipline yourself on social media, because it can come back to haunt you very quickly.
Yeah, it's, and I'm not the big social media guy. He is,
Right.
but we know that when you put something out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
Whether it be something that you think you're putting out quick and you take it off, that image can be captured, and it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, very bad. Very can be a bad feather in your cap for any job that you're applying for. Not only us, but the second part too is tattoos. That's it can be a killer too.
Right. So currently, as our policies stand, no tattoos on your hands, neck, or face. That include ring tattoos. So I know we sent a few people home last year because of ring tattoos. So all those tattoos on your hands, neck, or face need to be removed prior to the application deadline, which is in February.
And if somebody was to remove those, then they can apply, or can they go ahead and apply and they be in the removal process, or do they have to be removed prior to?
They have to be completely removed before the application deadline.
Okay. So
Completely removed before the deadline.
We had a gentleman last year that had a tattoo on his hand. It wasn't a wedding band tattoo. I think it was like a dollar sign or something on his finger, and he was in the process of having it removed, and I don't believe it was removed in time, and I believe he plans on coming back and reapplying
this time.
And an important thing I want to add here is, if you've applied for the state police before and you were not accepted, but you made it through several phases, please reapply.
Yeah.
We have guys in our department that have applied 5, 6 times. You have to think about it. Last year, roughly 1,700 maybe?
Roughly
1,700 applicants, and we chose, a small fraction of that.
Right.
And
So
we
you could
want
be
the
this
best.
far away from being picked.
We want the best. And people can mature a lot in a year.
Yeah.
Things can change a lot in a year. Maybe something that we saw, not really as a negative, but we thought maybe he needs a little more time to, whether it be grow up or do something, get his finances in order, do something. That can change in a year. So I encourage the people that have applied before, whether you're a police officer somewhere else or whether you just applied and you have a great interest in becoming an Indiana State Trooper, you apply again.
Again, we're down to 45 seconds. Roosevelt, give us those dates again.
November 13th, we will start accept application. February 10th will be the closing date. We will start our PT and written exam the following week. So the 14th through the 17th will be the written exam. 22nd through the 24th will be the PT and oral interview.
Was he right, Dean?
I'm going to say he was right on all of them. So
you're good to go with
Remember to buckle up, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here every time that you've been here, and hopefully we'll get some good turnout from this.
Good. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Again, you've been listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance and Cops for Kids, subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance. Sergeant Roosevelt Williams, Sergeant Dean Wildire with recruiting. Got the next ISP recruit coming up. The Roadshow is out.